Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear my mic? Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Yo, can you guys hear me? Just drop a one in the chat. I just want to make sure before I start sharing my screen. I'm about to log in, get the spoilers, and we're about to run through them. But I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. All right, bet. Give me a second. Nah, this chapter's spoilers was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Video. I still be calling this thing Twitter. Let me see if I can get in, create account, sign in. What's my username? Hold on, let me get my password for Twitter real quick. Yeah, I seen the chapter. I was shocked. I didn't think. I always thought Momoshiki was just going to come out on his own way and do what he needs to do. But Boruto going to him and asking for a deal is crazy. Chapter, I ain't going. I thought this chapter was just going to be a chill chapter. I didn't expect all that. Come on, bro. Yeah, he low key made a deal with the devil. I don't know what's wrong with him, bro. I don't know what he thinks is going to end up in this situation. I get it. He wants to have V2 because we all know. I don't think Kawaki's that much stronger than Boruto, especially how he performed against Jura. So with V2, I really think he'll be up there with. He'll perform just like Kawaki was doing against Jura. Kawaki just had a Karma Seal on. You know he's the Karma Seal merchant. Ain't really nothing you can do about that. Where the fuck I put my password at? This isn't the Felix I'm looking for. Hold up, guys. Just one more second. I'm trying to get everything set up. This is my first time going live, so it's a work in progress. General controls. All right, I'm back, guys. I got it. Now I just gotta go to Felix page right now. Where's profile? Go to likes. There we go. Damn, I wish we can make this bigger. Let me share my screen. Where's the share screen option? Boom. Okay, bet. Let's get started. Let me turn off my mic. So, how do you guys feel about Masuri being taken over, being brought back, Moegi being returned already? I feel like that was the only. That's the only thing I didn't like about this chapter. I wanted to see more of the God Tree clones because I really want to see what happens when a God Tree clone actually consumes somebody. But the way it's looking now, I think the only one we're going to see consume their target might be the Bug Godtree clone. And the only reason why I say this is because later on in the chapter with the spoilers. But I do I'm not mad. I'm glad that Ryu, we already knew Ryu was he was kind of like the father Godtree clone, if you get what I'm saying. Like there was nothing, I'm not gonna say his character wasn't important. We just knew that they weren't gonna kill. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm tired. They weren't going to kill Gara again or put us in another situation. Because I think what Shippuden, Gara died at the beginning. It's kind of weird if they would have let Ryu live. So I kind of already figured Ryu wouldn't have been a good big deal. Mastery was kind of different, but I can see it. But like I said, I'm glad we seen how it worked. So that's that. This is all this. And Peep, Hema has the same glove as of Boruto now. So she's rocking the glove too subconsciously. That's a little fire detail they added. So that's chapters 1 through 4. It wasn't really much. It was just Konohamaru and them rescuing Moegi from the God Tree. Yeah. And then they reach out to Gara. Gara's safe. Ryu is safe as well. Shinky's back to normal. They go see Sakura for Moegi. I guess she just basically says that there's nothing wrong with her bone structure or her muscles. She just seems like she's been sapped of all like her chakra and stuff like that. And that's why she looks so weak, which makes sense. So if the God Tree clones are sapping the chakra out of their body, I wonder how long they can last. Because I just feel like if they awaken Bug is so old. I feel like if they reawaken Bug's God Tree, it's just gonna be, yeah, he might die. Oh yeah, I forgot about Sasuke too. It's been 3 years, but Sasuke's kind of a weird situation. You know, he has a pretty strong chakra pool. It's kind of just like not on the same level as Naruto, but they are like the strongest two characters outside outside of Boruto and Kawaki introduced to next generation. So he might be fine, but if he doesn't survive, Boruto's going to go crazy. I just want to let y'all know this right now. But I'm also wondering, I'm shocked that Jura let them see. I think Jura is so powerful, he doesn't really care if anybody, just the word I'm looking for, if they interfere with his plans, because you would expect Jura to pop out and just get these thorn souls, but I think Jura just doesn't care. And now we get the infamous Sumire and Sarada conversation, which is so funny because if you know, they cut the panel. If you guys remember back when the anime was airing, you know, when Sumire asked Sarada if she likes Boruto, they cut that out of the anime. I don't know why they did that. You know, back in the day when the anime was airing, they were cutting a lot of stuff from the manga, and we used to complain about it on Twitter all the time because we just didn't understand why. But this is going to be weird to see what they do for this one. So boom. So with this situation right here, they just having that conversation. The same thing with Sarada basically said when before she one shot it. I know everybody knew Sarada loved Boruto from the beginning. I don't understand where I do understand where the Sumire thing came from. They added a filler arc, right? And at the end of the arc, Sumire was kind of like, I don't know what feelings I have for Boruto or some shit like that. I don't know. They added that. I feel like I have my grievances with the Boruto anime. I feel like they added a lot of unnecessary stuff to it. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't, but most of the time they were just putting their own 2 cents into the story instead of just going based off what Ikimoto was cooking. But I was shocked. Sarada admitted finally to whatchamacallit, Sumire, that she likes Boruto. But like I said, it's the same exact conversation they had. Same exact conversation they had that Sarada had with Ryu. She was basically saying she tried to look past her feelings, focus on being a Hokage, but now she has to embrace her feelings, which is a really nice compliment to her character when you look at the Uchiha clan's history when it comes to love and hatred. So it's under and with Sarada's situation at the beginning of the series with her father, you can tell why she wasn't focused on the concept of love too much. She just only wanted to focus on her goals. I think that was just her way of just like ignoring everything that was going on around her. So now we're on pages 13 to 16. This is very important. I'm making the video about this. I have to make a video about Boruto making a deal with the devil, Momoshiki. But this is very vital. Ida did not know that Sumire and Sarada weren't under her control. If you remember, this was foreshadowed at the beginning of Two Blue Vortex at the chapter 1, where Ida was like, "Why are you guys constantly bringing up Boruto? I already told you I can't do this, I can't do that, but you guys are constantly bringing it up, and I'm starting to think you guys are not under control. You're not under omnipotence." This situation Ida has finally realized that Sarada and Sumire wasn't under omnipotence, and unfortunately, the reason why they're not under omnipotence, especially because I lost my train of thought, especially because Ida Damon the only reason why Damon hasn't lost his mind yet is because he thinks Sarada and Sumire are under the control. So if they're not under control, they're now in danger. And then we go back to what happened right before the big switch with omnipotence, where Shikamaru told him, like, hey, you guys are the only ones that can go against Ida because you're not affected by it. Sarada, especially now with her new OP ability. The problem now is Ida's also a target for Momoshi. So if I think I released the video already or it's pending, I'll drop it tomorrow or today. I have a lot of videos I gotta catch up on because I took a break last month. But oh yeah, and I know some of those are mistranslations. I'm taking a lot of these translations with a grain of salt. What is it, Richard? Yeah. Anytime translations drop, I don't go 100% with the translations. I just wait for the chapter to cook or somebody a bigger name to translate them. Um, yeah, Ida does look evil. So that's what I was trying to tell you guys. The reason why Ida looks so mad right now is because she's realizing they're not under her control. That means Damon is now obligated to attack Sumire and Sarada, but it also plays into the issue that she's now the target. See, I didn't know how Ikimoto will go about making Ida the target because everybody's in the Leaf Village, right? So how's Momoshi going to come in the village unless Ida starts tweaking and does something crazy? It goes back to that old theory. You remember the theory everybody had, like, because Sumire, the theory we knew, but we didn't want it to be true, that we all knew that the reason why Sumire and Sarada wasn't affected by omnipotence is because they love Boruto. It's the corniest one out of it, but it was kind of obvious that's what it was from the beginning. I made an old video about this. Like, it's like one of my first videos on this channel. It's like Damon versus Momoshi is going to be good though. Like, also, I had an old video called Damon's God Tree clone. If you guys ever want to go look at that one, but um, because Momoshi doesn't move in killing intent, they were compared to like newborn animals, like newborn beasts. That's how Shikamaru compared them to Konohamaru. They're not Damon's hacks of deflecting killing intent may not work. So that Ida's already in danger. Like, her love ability is not going to work on Momoshi, and then Damon's ultimate defense isn't going to work on Momoshi either. But we needed a situation where Ida is removed from the Leaf Village or something happens because there's no way, like I said, Kawaki in the village, Boruto in the village, Hema in the village, Sarada in the village. There's no way Momoshi can actually target Ida. I mean, love making them immune. The thing with the Naruto franchise, love has always been that one thing that can, if you remember all the way from the beginning, Haku versus not Haku versus the Land of Waves arc, it was kind of implied that love is something that can unnerf any character in the series. Like, the more you invest in love, the stronger you can become. Bonds, love, and true friendships. So that's kind of what happened with Naruto. When Naruto saw Sasuke die for the first time, he released the Nine Tails. And if you look through multiple scenarios through the Naruto franchise, you'll see characters get stronger, way stronger, because of the concept of love. And even when they reject the concept of love, they sometimes become weaker. Like, for example, when Kakashi and Sakura attempted to kill Sasuke when he was going crazy in the Five Kage Summit, they kept trying to reject the idea that they loved Sasuke. So they kept trying to kill him. And that's why they kept failing. Like, Kakashi almost died after absorbing Sasuke's arrow. And when Sakura had to attempt when she had the moment to stab Sasuke in the back, once again, that love stopped her. So it's just, I don't know. It's weird. I want to see how they're going to explain it, especially with Boruto. I feel like Boruto, the series, it built off of some of the themes of Naruto, not some, most of the themes of Naruto, but it's more the extreme side. Like, if you read through Naruto, it's about love. You know what I'm saying? True bonds, friendships, never leave a friend behind. When you get into Boruto Next Generations, it's more about obsession, the most extreme versions of love. Kawaki and his love for Naruto, also his love for his father. Um, Ida's character, her whole concept was just trying to find love, even if that person didn't even love her back with Kawaki. Miski and trying to find his son, which is just finally trying to find the light in his life, which is just Boruto that was programmed into his code. Sarada and her rejecting love, but once she finally embraced love, she was able to release her full power. And also, her love was the reason why Sasuke saved Boruto and they escaped the village. So it's always been about the most extreme sides of love. Also, Amado, a lot of us forget about him. Amado, he's done all this. I said Amado. Amato has done all these things. I have a cousin named Amado. Sorry, Amato. Um, Amato basically did everything, worked with this alien, almost destroyed the world because of the love that he has for his daughter. So Boruto always shows us the most extreme side. The In regards to Momoshiki, Ishiki, and the rest of their clan, they don't believe in love. That was something that was established in Shippuden. How they're gonna incorporate it, I would like to see. Where's the next one? Yeah, this is just a flashback from this is the scene right here. This conversation right here is what they removed from the anime. We were all mad because we were all confused. Like, why did y'all remove this? This was important. To everything, keep turning my eyes away from the reality. I'm not gonna lie though. Sarada's cooking, but she sounds like an NPC. She keeps saying, "I keep turning away from the reality right in front of me." It's like, all right, bro, we get it. You like him, cool. Ain't that deep, bro? But yeah, just peep Ida's facial expression this whole time, bro. She's like, I never thought about it, about him like that, this, that, and the third. But what makes this conversation even funnier, I'm sorry, like after reading this conversation, Sumire running up and crying, she admitted that she knew Sarada always loved Boruto. She always knew about Sarada's feelings. So why did you get mad when she hugged him? Like, I don't get it, bro. Ida does love drama, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. She's just messy. She has to go. I'm actually shocked they killed her off. I mean, she was kind of nobody, Yoda, but hey, they really murked her, bro. I did not expect that. Yeah, she officially said it. That's my goat, though, bro. Bro, look at her face, bro. She just loves drama, bro. Look at her. Like, what's up with this man, bro? There's no way, bro. But again, I want you guys to keep in mind they're not supposed to be in love with anybody outside of Ida. So right now, Ida's getting all like, what are they having this conversation about? But then it's gonna finally click to her next chapter. Like, yo, bro, y'all not supposed to be in love with anybody but me. What was I about to say? She said the desire to be of help to him is what makes me stronger. I even feel like I could become Hokage. Okay, I didn't see this panel. I've come to feel this way. I already knew a long time ago. Yeah, see, this is the thing that threw me off. She said, I already knew a long time ago about your feelings. Sorry, it's completely obvious. But it's like, so what was the whole point of you? Because, like, bro, she was like, you jumped into Bordeaux's arms and you didn't think about my feelings. Like, what is she talking about if you already knew she liked him? Oh, they're saying I've been logged off and blocked. Are you guys still seeing my live? Hold on, let me check something. I got this weird message. Hmm. Let me check something, guys. I want to see if my live is still showing because for some reason it said you've been logged out. Why have I been logged out? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I don't know. That message was just weird. But what does she mean by that? Like now that it's come to this, I'm not holding back anymore. What are we talking about right now? Yeah, I know that's what she meant. She's about to chase Boruto, but I'm just like, come on, bro. This man doesn't even want to be alive anymore. Like they don't even understand. This man going through it right now. They over there talking about, yeah, we're gonna fight to the death for each other and fight for his love. This man is about to. He basically said it's over, bro. Boruto's giving up on living, bro. What Levi tell Captain Irwin in Attack on Titan? Just give up on living and die, or some shit, some stuff like that, bro. That's Boruto this chapter. But yeah, this is her face. This isn't a joke. Of all people, you had to go, and while I wasn't around, I'm literally intense situation. What does she mean by that? Hey, censor team. Okay, that might be a mistranslation. We're gonna see. But that's what I'm talking about. This part right here. Ida's reaction right here on throughout this whole conversation is what's going to spark that issue with Damon, Sarada, and Sumire. And now, if Damon acts in any type of threatening way, especially with Boruto around and Kawaki, that's just going to cause an issue. And I think this is the perfect way to open up the door for Momoshi to step in because Ida doesn't leave the village, so I don't know how they're going to do this. Yo, this panel has me weak. This was truly our two blue vortex panel. Oh my god, bro, this candle is funny as hell. The next one is just him training, which is pretty cool. See, yeah, I was thinking the same thing when I first read it, Richard, that Ida just wanted to be a part of the drama. But here's my issue with this. She Once she puts two and two together and figures out they're not under control of her omnipotence, we're gonna have an issue. What the hell is this? Oh. That's what that is. Oh yeah, yeah. Boruto's not gonna have a happy ending. I kind of accepted that a while ago when I first started reading the story, especially when he gave us that conversation and said that, especially when he said that he felt like he was dying, like he was becoming one person combined with your boy Momoshiki. I kind of figured. Sorry guys, I had to move away from my mic. I kind of figured it was over for him. The moment he brought it up, like, yeah, I've been feeling like I'm dying lately. I was like, yeah, it's over for our boy, my glorious king. Yo, but him with the glove is crazy. She thinks she's Michael Jackson. It's so crazy watching him train with the Nine Tails. Is so funny because if Naruto got had this level of training with the Nine Tails in part one, you do not know how broken he would have been. Yo, Richard, I think you're right though, bro. And that's also a possibility that she just wanted to have friends, and that's probably why omnipotence didn't affect Sarada and what you call it, Sumire. But that means she would have released a third omnipotence because the first time she released omnipotence is when everybody she wanted everybody to desire her. That was the first time. The second time on paper, the second time on paper was when she switched Kawaki and Boruto's life around. So it's possible the third time she just wanted them to be friends. What do you say here? Listen, I'm not gonna hit you. Don't rely on your arm strength. Use your leg strength to try to jump. It's all chakra. Everything is possible through chakra control. I become you can become more than an ordinary ninja. Yo, when Hema finally fights again, she's gonna go crazy. Oh, even though you're human, you're more like someone close to me or Jura. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I can see board. I can see what you're saying. So I think the way they're gonna come back is through the Joe. He's gonna come back through the Jogan. But that just brings up a good question. What's about to make Kawaki snap? I think the only thing possible is Jorah coming and telling everyone the truth. But the way I look at it, omnipotence will just ease their brains anyways to just think Lord Seven is dead because that's what Ida told him at the beginning. But I don't understand how that's gonna work. Because right now his only goal is to kill Boruto and Jorah. That's his only goal. Unless they introduce more clan members looking for Momoshiki, like then I can see him having more of a reason to lose his mind. But him just randomly saying the age of shinobi is over, something had to push him over the edge for him to just be like, okay, all the shinobi are gonna die. That's just how I view it. It just I don't know. It never sat right with me. I think Boruto. Oh yeah, he was. I think he was watching him in train. And here comes the infamous panel everybody was talking about. If you remember, this is the spot where he killed Momoshiki at with the giant Rasengan. So it seems like Momoshiki is just in Boruto's subconscious, just chilling. That's possible, but I feel like that would be such a drastic change for them to make out of everything in the series. The reason why I'm saying that is that first chapter solidified, or I think made everyone invest into Boruto because we all wanted to see what took place. So I don't think they're going to drastically change that scene because of that. It's such an important that scene alone is very important to the whole series. That first, it's so funny. Those first two pages on that chapter were they're very important to the series because we got the Jogon, we got the Karma Seal, and we got introduced to both Boruto and Kawaki at the same time. So yes, there's a possibility ability that some of these things might change, but I don't think they're going to change them by that much because everybody's waiting to see what turned Kawaki evil. Like that's the reason why everybody, from the moment Kawaki got introduced to next generations, this is what we've been waiting for. And the reason why we know that fight in the first chapter happens is based off of what Boruto said to him. Was this the only possible outcome? And now that we know about 10 directions and all the different outcomes, plus Boruto is able to tap into Momoshiki's future sight, we now know that Boruto wasn't just chatting over there. He wasn't just talking nonsense. No, he was basically saying, like, was this the only possible timeline? I agree. The Jogon has to be the Eye of Shibai. I don't understand how Boruto would have an eye that powerful. Also, since Toneri isn't canon to the manga, it's hard for me to go off the novels where they say that Toneri awakened it in his body. But Boruto having these cells and the the infinity to awaken to the Jogon doesn't make sense unless Shibai gave it to him. So I agree. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna retcon the first two chapters, bro. Especially now that they introduced 10 directions and they added it to it, which kind of supplements that conversation that Boruto's having. Like I said, was this the only possible outcome? We now know that Boruto can see different timelines and Kashin Koji can see different timelines. I think they're connecting all the dots back to that one chapter. And every major event, before every major event in Boruto Next Generations, they're always on the Hokage monument, Kawaki and Boruto. Uh, was it chapter 17 when Boruto told Kawaki, or chapter 16 When he told Kawaki he was dying, they were on the Hokage monument. Right before the Cold Arc started, they were on the Hokage monument. When Naruto found Kawaki, he put him on his back. He was on the Hokage monument. Everything's been pointing us back to the Hokage monument. Even at the end of Boruto Next Generations anime, you remember the conversation between Boruto and Kawaki. They were on the Hokage monument, and they were both saying Boruto said he's going to defeat Momoshiki. Kawaki said he's going to kill anyone that is a threat to Lord Seventh, and they were on the Hokage monument. And it flashed back into the scene where they're fighting. So, nah, they're not going to retcon it. Yes, Naruto has to be sealed. Naruto can't get involved. Because if Naruto gets unsealed, Kawaki has no reason to be evil. Like there has to be something drastic to happen. Naruto just has to stay out the picture for now. I think Momoshiki is finally giving up on living. That's why he was telling Boruto to disappear. He was just like, "Man, I should just let you die back when you Kawaki killed you." And he said, "If you can defeat Jura, then he said if you oh, okay, so the one that I read, the original panel I read, he basically said, "If you can have my body." I didn't see if he made this condition. If you can defeat Jura, then at that time, I'll give you this entire body. So it's kind of like a time frame that he's gonna. If he runs into Jura again, he wants to give Momoshiki his body to fight. That still means it's possible we're gonna get that three-way death match between Jura, Kawaki, and Momoshiki. And that's it. It's the end of the chapter. But this is going to be a peak situation because we're going to get the rematch. We're going to get the rematch of Kawaki versus Momoshiki. If you remember what happened in after the Cold Arc or during the Cold Arc when they fought, 100% Boruto's going to make sure Kawaki kills him. But we'll see. Oh yeah, of course, Momoshiki's going to be god level in Boruto's time skip body. The reason why I say that is Boruto is he's putting in work with all his abilities and his strengths and his weaknesses. You know what I mean? He's really powerful in his base. Everything we've been seeing Boruto been every fight Boruto has fought in the series, he's been in base form. We've yet to see Boruto go to V1 or V2, which we all know gives him power amps. So with Momoshiki taking over Boruto's body, Momoshiki will have access to Karma V1 and V2 and all those different abilities. So he's going to be broken, super broken. See, Richard, I agree. He said if you can defeat Jura, then at that time I'll give you this entire body. Seems more like something Boruto would say than the other translation that I know the translation you're talking about. That's the one I read at first, where he basically said, "I'll just give you this entire body." Eh, I feel like this one makes more sense to Boruto's character than Boruto just saying, "Yo, I'm gonna give you my whole body." But my boy Nick was right, bro. I used to argue with him about this a long time ago, like last year. I was like, I don't see Boruto ever offering his body to Momoshiki, but here we are. This man actually did offer his body to Momoshiki. You said Boruto is playing with Momoshiki, and I think he knows that
So he will might also try to play with him. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's Momoshiki, bro. Like this is I don't know what Boruto's thinking. Either way, if this is a mistranslation or not, whatever translation we get, I don't understand what Boruto thinks that he's going to get out of working with Momoshiki. Momoshiki is going to take over his body. Boruto already knows he's not able to get control anymore as easy as he used to. So you know what this man going to do, bro? That man Momoshiki going to destroy the world. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to be safe around Momoshiki once he pop out. I don't know. I can't see the reason why I say that I don't let's trust Momoshiki when he says he can't control Boruto. He's the reason why Sasuke got sealed by. Well, they got in the predicament where Sasuke had to sacrifice himself. Momoshiki came out when he used his karma seal to fight against Code before the time skip. But just look how my goat is looking at him. You know this man. Hey, you know he's playing. He's up to no good, bro. I'm just wondering how that's gonna go, bro. Yeah, Momo was. Yeah, he's definitely depressed. He was. Just imagine that you saw a future and you thought 100% that that future was going to come true, come to fruition. That prophecy that he made of Boruto losing it all when that omnipotence took place. That's what Momoshiki was waiting to happen so he can take over Boruto's body. This shit just didn't work. That man's just been depressed sitting in that same spot, soaking. I don't even think Momoshiki has a plan. I don't even think Boruto has a plan. I just think he's desperate. See, I agree. I can see the Naruto Kurama thing, but I really don't want him to. I want Momoshiki to just stay Momoshiki. I mean, Boruto not working with Kashin Koji is because Kashin Koji broke their trust by attempting to kill off Konohamaru and Yoda. I think that's why Boruto's kind of trying to take things into his own hands because he feels like he can't trust Kashin Koji anymore. Even though I understand Kashin Koji's character, he's morally gray. He's a great character, but it, Kashin Koji keeping secrets from Boruto when his family and friends' lives are at stake is kind of just dumb. Like I get why he doesn't want to tell Boruto, but it's like, bro, you're playing with his family. Yep, that's exactly what Boruto's thinking. It goes back to that old video I made about the three-way death match. Boruto only That's why Boruto told Kawaki to remove omnipotence because I'm not omnipotence, sorry, remove his limiters. Because he knows as long as Kawaki has his limiters removed, he has a better chance at defeating Momoshiki when he takes over. It's a contingency plan. So you're right, 100%. No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to become his Jinchuriki. It's safe to say for right now, I think Naruto's out the picture. But now, if Jiro awakens his Rinnegan, that's going to be different. Now, I don't know if he's able to do dimension travel, kind of like Sasuke and all of them. They might be cooked. But I'm under the impression that they're going to kidnap Ida and use her remote viewing to try attempt to find what you call that guy, Naruto. Yeah, I agree. And Naruto's time is done. I feel like everybody has to let that go. I was saying the same stuff. To Code needs. I don't. Code has been so outclassed in this series so far with Kawaki Boruto, base Boruto being stronger than him. Kawaki without limiters dog walking him. Sarada's dog walking him as well. The only thing I can see Code getting stronger is by consuming the Thorn Soul Bulb, Jura's Thorn Soul Bulb. That's the only thing that I think will make Code strong because right now Code is just such a irrelevant character in the series. Not because his character arc is boring, it's just that he has no power to achieve any of his goals. Yeah, I agree. He has to steal a Thorn Soul Bulb. I think when they finally kill Jura, Code's going to eat that. I mean, Ali, that's what happens with all sequel series. There's never a sequel series where the main characters from the original franchise don't get surpassed in any type of way. And if you continuously allow them to be the strongest characters, you get a redundant story like Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball franchise finally realized something that they kind of realized a few years ago with not a few years ago, back in the day. If you were following Dragon Ball Z back in the day, I have like older cousins. Gohan was supposed to replace Goku. He was supposed to surpass Goku and be the strongest, but the fandom didn't want Goku to become second to his son. So they continued the story keeping Goku the strongest. Then Dragon Ball Super came, and we continuously walked down the path of having Goku and Vegeta being the strongest to the point that the story became so redundant, there was no wiggle room to write new stuff. So, what did they end up doing? They introduced Brawly. They allowed Brawly to be way stronger than Dragon Ball Z Brawly, so he can have potential of surpassing Naruto. I'm tweaking. Goku and Vegeta. And now Gohan has surpassed Ultra Instinct Goku. The story has to you can no longer it's pointless to have one character stronger than all. Like Naruto and Sasuke's time is done. It's passed on to the next generation. You've seen that in Naruto. Like I don't even know what you're kind of trying to say here. Hashirama and Madara got surpassed by the next generation. Minato and Kakashi, all of them, Jiraiya, they always get surpassed by the next generation. That's just how the story goes. I feel like a lot of y'all are just too fixated on Naruto and Sasuke being the strongest. Their time is over. The next generation always surpassed the one before it. Kakashi said that at the very beginning of Naruto, and we've seen that happen all through the series. I don't get what you mean about Naruto being in the situation. But back to my Dragon Ball Z thing. That's what I'm basically saying. Now we have Beast Gohan, which is stronger than Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego Goku, and we have Brawly that has potential to surpass him. They're going to carry the story on. Nobody's underestimating Naruto. That's just your interpretation. Nobody underestimates him. Exactly. It's always been a theme in Naruto. If you look at all the strongest, like Madara and Hashirama were considered gods of their time. Well, Hashirama was considered a god. Madara was also considered to being strong. They got surpassed by so many characters. It's like it's normal. I don't know what you're talking about. Goku can still have power. Naruto still has power as well. It doesn't mean that he's strong. It doesn't mean he's not strong. It just means the characters around him are stronger. Gohan is now stronger than Goku in the sense. If Gohan trains harder with beast form, he'll be way stronger than Goku. Boruto's way stronger than Naruto. Boruto's way stronger than Naruto. Naruto's still one of the strong. Naruto and Sasuke are still top 10 in the series. It's just the next generation surpassed them. And it's really, when we talk about the next generation, we're just talking about Boruto, Kawaki, Sarada, Miski. We need to see more Miski. Miski's not doing too much for me. I'm not happy. And then you have cyborg characters like Damon in them, but they have Shiba's cells, so of course they're going to be strong. I don't. You're trying to make it seem like Naruto's just a complete weakened character, but he's not. He's still one of the strongest in the series. You guys just want him to keep getting shine and accolades, but like I said, the story is passed on to his son, so I don't. Naruto's never been a loser. Like, explain to me how he was a loser when he one shotted Delta. They lost to Jigen because Jigen's a godlike being. Ishiki they couldn't beat. Ishiki was stated to be stronger, the strongest character in the verse. He became Baryon mode, lost Kurama, and still had Sage mode. Like I think you were forgetting how powerful Sage mode is. Him being sealed by his adopted son is to keep him out of the story, just like how Sasuke was sealed in the tree to keep them from interfering, so the younger generation can keep on fighting. Like I said, it's their story. All right, guys, I'm about to log out. I'm about to create these videos. I'm about to make a chapter review video, but I really want to wait. But I'm just gonna get the basic stuff done now. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for pulling up. How do you? Oh, right here.